Welcome to another edition of Keeping It Real. I'm Todd, Big T, and we are down in southern Louisiana, Port Fourchon. Port Fourchon is about 2 hours south of New Orleans, and it is a fishing oil community, small town. Very lucky to be invited by Gary Yamamoto to stay at his place and to do some saltwater fishing. So as you can see, this beautiful canal, tons and tons of fish. There's a lot of trout, redfish, different species of trout. Looking forward to doing some crabbing, some fishing. A little different than bass fishing, but you know, a new experience, and want to be able to bring you guys along on this this journey, this experience. So stay tuned, and we'll see some fish. Double or a bigger one? He's got some weight on it. Ah, a double. And a nice one on the bottom. Look at these, that's a nice one right there. We gotta weed through some of these small ones to get to the bigger ones. And the bait we're using is a double rig, basically two. You got a 1/4 ounce jig on the top, and then just a regular hook on the bottom. And the bait I'm using here is a Gary Yamamoto Ika, and this is a killer bait. You know, a lot of people use the larger size Ika for flipping for bass, but Gary invented this bait kind of for saltwater fishing, and you know, it's used like a jerk bait. So I can't wait to use this up north for bass. I think this is going to be a great double rig, like a jerk bait style.
Let me show you this rigging. I've got a swivel here, and what I do is I tie the swivel to the main line, come off, and then I have my hooks. And one is a jig head, and one's just a plain, this might be an octopus hook, or it might be a mosquito hook. The reason I do this is that with this one bait, I can get two different falls. The jig will pull the bait down, and this other hook just tags along and wiggles on its own. And it seems that they'll take either bait. Quite often when you're bringing that fish up, the fish will be fighting and another one will come and grab hold of the other hook, so you get a double the catch instead of just one fish. But it's been quite successful.
Double, look at this. Two nice ones. Look at that, that's a nice sea trout, speckled trout. Thank you. I don't know what Gary was spraying on me, but I thought it was off or something with all these gnats coming around, but found out he was spraying me with perfume, expensive perfume. Whatever it is, it's working. You don't see any more gnats around here? So maybe the key is some expensive perfume.
catch all the big ones, so we let you catch small ones first. We just let you catch the small ones first.
So one of the things that's been pretty cool here that Gary showed me how to do is, you know, not to waste anything. Everything goes back into the ocean, and so with the fish, with all the fish that we cleaned, you can see that we saved all the carcasses, and we're gonna feed the pelicans. So come on with me down the dock. We'll feed the pelicans. Look at this. All their buddies are here. Gary, I want to thank you for inviting us down here to your home in Louisiana. It's a very special place. Now I know why you speak highly of it all the time. It's just, you really, I can see how you really enjoy this place. And you know, we were able to fish with this, you know, this Ika that you told me about. What was your kind of like vision when you thought about this, like how that it would work for saltwater?
Well, basically, Ika, the name Ika, really is squid in Japanese.
Okay.
So it was designed that way. And what do we have in here?
A lot of squid.
We have squid, and we have shrimp, and anything that's moving and wiggling, the fish think it's food and they're going to eat it. So I started playing with different sizes and different colors and what have you, and it's a very effective bait. And not only that, being down here, I'm fishing for saltwater fish, and yet in my mind, why won't the freshwater bass hit the same thing?
Yeah.
And this last few months, or last month or so, I was using a Lucky Craft suspending jerkbait, and I was using like a 3-inch model and catching fish, but not as many. And so I got the smaller one, the 2.5-inch, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know, but the thing is, my main purpose for being down here is to develop different products for different applications. And if you go down the way here, everybody that fishes for trout has a little Ika.
Yeah.
And they're sold on it, but the thing is, the general population or masses don't know anything about it. So that's the reason I wanted you to come down here, and I didn't want to fish as much as you folks fish the lure and catch the fish, because I know how to use it. And it seems that it really doesn't matter how you use it, just moving it around makes it work.
Well, you cleaned all our fish, so that was, you know, who would have cleaned our fish if you went fishing?
Well, I guess that was working, right?
Yeah, you were working. But, you know, anytime you want to get me down here to help develop something, I'm all ears. But thank you, Gary. You know, the bait works great. Tony and I had a great time.
We caught
tons of fish.
Probably way over 100 fish.
Yeah, so we had a great time. And so I totally think that Ika will work for bass as a jerk bait, you know, on a donkey rig or on a, you know, just a 2-head rig. You know, these things are darting back and forth, and the bass are just going to be all over that. Gary, thank you very much. You have a beautiful place here, and as always, you're great hospitality, and we thank you. Add ball. Thank you very much, Gary.
All right.